Hello everybody and welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie Versus. Today we have Rusty Bucket Bay for our level. A very infamous level amongst people who play the game because of one particular part of this level which I do early on. It's called the engine room. But we'll get into that a bit. Well, I guess the Nintendo 64 version's going right into it. You bring your attention to the bottom right screen. You see that switch there with the propellers. When I hit that switch, it will slow down the propellers in the engine room. And without doing that, the engine room itself is just a huge fuck you. If you, there's, I think 12 notes to get and 1 Jiggy. And you have to jump through spinning propellers. And the way that it becomes a big fuck you is that even after you slow down the propellers, it's still really easy to get hit by them. And when you get hit by the propeller, there's like a 95% chance that you'll fall out of the level. And why this is important for the Nintendo 64 version is that when you die, you lose your notes. So the sooner you do it, the better, because if you have 90 notes, or again, sorry, 88, and the engine room's the last place to go to, and you die, well, now you have to get all 88 notes all over again. So that's really annoying. But other than the engine room, this level is really pleasant and easy. Except for swimming areas. In this level, so the water is polluted with oil, probably. And so your health bar for swimming is 6 units. But I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I believe that when you are swimming in this water, it goes... well, if you are just, if you're floating on the water, so your head is in the air, then it will act like you are swimming. But if you start going underwater, then it will act as if you only have 3 units of air. And by that I just mean it goes twice as fast. So I just had to explain that in a very confusing way. But here is the engine room. It slows down a bit, and then it just speeds up a bit, and back and forth. As you can see, my momentum shifted a bunch on the Xbox version the second I jumped on there while it was still slightly spinning. Yeah, and then you have to hit... Oh, this is where it gets even more annoying. So you have to hit these 2 switches to slow down more propellers on the, I don't know, parts of boats. The bow? Or is that the front? Either way, you have to, on the bottom of the backside, you have to press those switches, and then, based on the Nintendo 64 gameplay, I think it's like a 70-second timer, you have to run back to that area of the boat, and go in the water, grab the Jiggy, and get out. And when if you touch those propellers, they just insta-kill you. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, on the Nintendo 64 version, I do actually end up dying. I get the Jiggy, but I die. But thanks to the power of editing, I just jump cut back to exactly where I would have left off, except for I moved across half the boat, but that's only 10 seconds, so it shouldn't be a huge difference, even though I already know that through the power of editing that it isn't a huge difference. But yeah, just get the Jiggy before you die, or touch the propellers, and then I don't know if it's possible to swim through those, or if there's an invisible wall once the propellers start. But on the Xbox version, I just grab it and leave. Kind of slip through a propeller there. Yep, and it's pretty easy once you're good at swimming in this game. Oh, and now we get to do my favorite little shortcut in the entire game. So this little slope here, normally there's like a toll booth you have to pay in eggs on the left side of that slope. And so you can either like pay the 8 eggs to open up a bridge, or you can just go to the water. I don't remember the exact button combination. I think it's like a somersault, so B into double A into ground pound or something like that. I'll be doing it a couple more times, so. But it's really fun and satisfying, and it's super easy, and it saves eggs for days on this level. I should also mention how awesome this music is. This is like one of the main reasons why I like this level. And I ran into that dynamite box enemy because, so back before I really paid attention to how much damage enemies do, I always just assumed that the dynamite box guys did a lot more damage than one honeycomb. So I think you'll be seeing a couple times on the Nintendo 64 gameplay. I'll be carefully targeting them with eggs and that first-person thing that I like to do, where it shoots to the left of the center for whatever dumb reason. But you can just run into them and just take the one hit, because it's not worth the time to like carefully shoot them with eggs. Yeah. Oh, and this room, I had problems on the Xbox version for this room. There were areas that I had problems in that like I really shouldn't have, and then I still ended up getting like a new personal best. I probably was because of the engine room. I did really good this time, but I don't know. Like I said, you just do better the more you play. But let's see, the stats right now are 330 and 1 to 430 and 1. And so that means that the Nintendo 64 version is just slightly ahead. I think we got some different jiggies. The Nintendo 64 version is just about to get another jiggy. And the different jiggy that I got is super easy. I'll be doing that one later on with the Xbox version. But where will I go next? Oh yes, I will be getting... Oh, I will be helping... God, what's his name? They really don't tell you his name, and I think it's one of the questions. Like, so the end game is like a trivia game show that you have to do, which is really awesome, and I'd like to see more of it, but I really hope that in Ukulele, when that comes out in March, that they do like a game show at the very end. But yeah, we just gonna saw his body in half with that anchor. Get a jiggy out of it, you know. I mean, if he's swimming fine, we did our job right. So 3 to 5 now. Yep, so there's the jiggy. Sometimes it's like hard to find the jiggy after you get it, after you free the bottlenose guy. Like once or twice, like I freed him and I saw, you know, you get the animation where he drops the jiggy, but it's just like, where is it? I don't know. The oil from the water, and by that it meant removing the oil. I don't know how they did it, or like use cotton swabs or cotton. But I should not be allowed to do like marine whatever involving removing oil from water, because so I had 2 cups that I used, like 2 like mini solo cups, because they were the solo brand. And so instead of taking the oil from the water, I think like my brain just like screwed up a lot. And instead of taking the oil from the water, I was taking the water from the oil. So my answer for oil spills is to drain the ocean. So that I don't fucking know. It's just a pool of oil instead of water, and then we're just more fucked. Because like I think they have like, I mean like, they have different consistencies, but you know, like oil floats over water, maybe, or water is denser or less dense. I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore with this science. All I remember is that environmental science was super fucking lit, because I had my meme squad, which is just like people who, like my friends who made memes, but like I rarely ever have classes with them or talk to them. And I guess they all took the class together, or just all by coincidence, but I didn't plan it either, so we're all just at the same table for a whole year. What an awesome class that was. But back to the game, we're in a kitchen area, and I miss a note here that you could see for like 1 frame over by the entrance, kind of behind the refrigerator. But it's okay, because I figure it out sort of quickly. We're quickly in time with whenever I get notes 99, or note 99. But yeah, there's these, there was the funnels you could go through. I don't know what they're called, like smokestacks or something. But you can also break through some windows. It's kind of hard to figure out that you can break the windows, because they don't really tell you. But you just kind of get to notice. I mean, well, Mad Monster Mansion you could break windows, but they didn't tell you that either. It's kind of weird. I don't know, that you just kind of get to know. But I mean, the windows that you can break are a different color. You know, like in cartoons where, like Scooby-Doo, where it's like, oh, okay, like pull the book from the bookshelf to open up a secret door. And you're like, oh, it's that book because it's slightly highlighted because that book is animated. Yeah. Oh, and this combination on the Xbox screen here. So there is a poster on the outside of the ship somewhere. I'll walk past it towards the very end, but it just lists 312111. But if you're a pro like me, you just kind of get to remember it after so long. And those enemies that pretend to be the smokestacks, I still don't know what they're called, I can't think of the word. Like, so I mentioned with the Mad Monster Mansion that, like, my sister and I, when we first got the game, we were just discovering levels, and then we saw the Tombstone guys, and we just immediately said nope, and like, turn off the game or whatever, but the smokestack enemies, chimneys, I don't know what you want to call them, they were also in that group of, like, like, immediately nope, turn off the TV, turn off the system, leave the room for, like, 2 hours, just terrifying. And it goes like, grrr. Because, like, you think it's just like, oh yeah, they show you that first one that you can just jump in, and you're like, oh yeah, that means all of these are like that, and then you get japed so hard with all the other ones that won't let you do that. And I didn't really think about it until now, but so I think there's 6 smokestacks, and there's 3 that you can go in and 3 that you can't. And so they're all like diagonal of each other, the ones that you can and can't use, but the way where it's like good game design is that the first one you see is good, but if you go left, if you go straight, or if you go right, they're all bad. And then it makes you become weary. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Well, we'll just say it is to pat Rare on the back. Rareware. And in this room, I do first person just because of these 2 rooms. One of them is just full of the dynamite box enemies, and it has notes right to the entrance of it. And, you know, I don't want to fuck with those guys, so, you know, I just check to see what room it is, even though we'll see in a moment when I enter it that you can just see the notes without having to do the camera thing. Right there, the notes. I don't remember how many of the box enemies there are in that room. Like 5, maybe? I think on the Nintendo 64 version I already did the room, but I believe I used the first person mode in that room, and it shows. Could be completely wrong. But looking at the stats now, the Xbox version is ahead by 2 jiggies and 30 notes. So I wish I remembered what exactly caused that huge gap in difference or something. I don't know if I don't know, it's just a huge gap now. I used to be slightly behind. And I don't remember too well, considering it was like 3 years ago. But I think I struggled getting one of the Jinjos at the very end for Nintendo 64 version. It's a purple one. Yeah, it's kind of weird, like, when you not only remember the Jinjo locations, but, like, for a lot of the Jinjos, you can remember what color they are. It's weird. But like, I remember the ones by color more so for the later levels than the earlier levels, which makes it more confusing to me because I spent more time playing the newer, or the first levels. Like, I can tell you right now, like, the purple one, purple Jinjo's to the right of the entrance underwater. The orange one is in the back right of the level where you have to get the total of 8 eggs. The yellow one is on the buoy. The green one is with the acid. I mean, usually they color code the Jinjos with their location. Or, no, I'm just saying that with the acid, but... I mean, I think they put, like, the blue one with by the water on Mumbo's Mountain, so... When they can, they will. I'm forgetting where the last Jinjos are. Where the word is. Or that the one in the blue room. But here's a boss for this level, actually. It's kind of optional if you know the exploit, obviously. So that means it's not optional the first time you play the game blind. But if you shoot some eggs forward at this guy, so okay, if you walk forward enough, you'll see that the Jiggy is like just above like the pile of wood. And what happens is that then the wood becomes the box guy, and so the Jiggy's inside him. But if you push the box forward a bit with some eggs, then he won't be able to close on the Jiggy, so you can just grab it and leave. There's the 312111. So yeah, I'm about to die. I think on this episode for the Xbox version, I don't die in the level, but I do die in the overworld. Mainly because getting to the location of the very last level is life-threatening. Like, don't tell me that isn't scary, that stupid smokestack with teeth and eyes and a mouth. Like, it's crazy just like what you could make be sentient without logic. It's like, oh yeah, well, how is he gonna eat or live? It's like, well, maybe he eats air. Yeah, so I got one note left, it's in the kitchen. I figured it out very quickly because I was already thinking, like, did I miss a note in here? I mean, I don't remember the exact number of notes in areas, but you just kind of like, no, I don't know. Again, the last level, it's kind of hard to remember how many notes are in locations. I think I'll be going over that when I talk about that level, because I don't want to spoil too much, but it's really hard to know the first time you play the game, obviously. And then, you know, as you keep playing it, you just know. But we have 100%ed Rusty Bucket Bay. Now all we gotta do is get some Witch Switch Jiggies from past levels. I think I mentioned this on like the Freezy Peak episode because it was fresh in my mind because I had just edited the videos. But I do forget to get one of the Jiggies for the Mad Monster Mansion Witch Switch. So that will be at the beginning of next episode. I'll be grabbing that, so it's gonna be a bit off track in terms of like our race, but it really makes no difference with the results of the episode. Actually, you know what, next episode is so disappointing to me because it's one thing like when it's a level you just don't play too often because you hate the level and because it's the very last level. But it's just like it's a mix of a hard and easy level. And that's really all I'll get into that for this episode. Here's that death I had. I almost die a second time in the overworlds in this episode. I gotta like get off with one honeycomb left in a different part. It's just so annoying. But here is the last level hub area. And there's a door right up top there that leads to the final boss fight. And that game show I mentioned earlier. Will not be entering that. Then we have a switch that opens up the ability to unlock this last level. Because that little forest area where the puzzle is, like you can actually find that before you play through Treasure Trove Cove. So it's really cool in that you can like find that secret area. Because when I first played, I discovered the secret area where that is. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then I select the puzzle. And I got really confused, like, how come I can't open up this level? But we will get there. I forgot to open up the other cauldron to get there quicker. I think I did that in the Nintendo 64 version too, so it's kind of fair. But yeah, I'll just be showing the back route way. I don't even use the other cauldrons I opened up like 2 episodes ago. What? Yep, and jeez, when I landed on that mine, like, you know, when you watch something, you're like something can happen, you're like, oh, whoa, spooky, whatever. But when you're playing that and then you're just walking, minding your own business, and then you just jump on a mine without even, like, hesitating, but, like, you didn't know that the mine was there, like, you just flinch so hard. Like, I mean, I don't shit myself. I've never had, I mean, not since the diaper days, but, I mean, that's, like, something that you use the term, like, I just, like, shit myself. And yeah. How much time is left? About a minute or 2 minutes left. Yeah, so I'll be fast forward. Wait, do I get the jiggies even? Or was that Mad Monster Mansion? I don't remember anymore. Like, last week I was sick, so I delayed when I would be. So I thought I didn't realize that I had recorded audio for Mad Monster Mansion. I mean, I vaguely remember doing it. And, like, now that I've been talking here today, I kind of do remember it. Because I made a call back to it. But so I just completely forgot about it. And also my audio, it wasn't saved to my desktop, it was saved to my downloads. And I never check my downloads when just in general. And so that means that I just had a week where I could have uploaded a video. I just re-uploaded the Gobi's Valley part because there was a time where I was just like sneezing and blowing my nose and yeah, I just edited that out because I'm not an animal. I don't want people being like, oh man, he's sneezing and coughing, I don't want to subscribe to this fucking loser. But yeah, we'll be wrapping up this episode very quickly here. Or do I get the teleport? Oh yeah, I get, no, I don't, okay. Yeah, just jump cut. That's the best way to do it. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen. Until then, see you next time.